Days like today aren't possible without great partners. And this partnership is one that's been in existence for a pretty long time. And it dates back for quite a few years. So it's nothing new, but we also wanted to talk about this new venture today. So without our great partners at Thunder Mountain Legacy Parks, and of course, local government led by Mayor Jacobs and Commissioner Daly, who you'll all be hearing from today. Days like today aren't possible without people that care about the community and recreational opportunities in the community. So I want to share with you just briefly about why we're here today. So if you look to the right, you'll see there's a large donation of property. And our friends and our partners at Thunder Mountain LLC have been gracious enough for years now to lease property known as Bauer Field to KnoxCounty for the use of local youth in the area to participate in recreational sports. This is something that they've been committed to for years now and continue to be committed to allow KnoxCounty to be able to do, and the residents of South Knox County to be able to have these fields in this land so that they can have these recreational programs. So without going any further, I'd like to recognize Thunder Mountain for this opportunity and thank them. So normally as we do these things, groundbreakings and announcements and ribbon cuttings, I always try and mention the fact that we are led by a mayor who prioritizes recreation. And without that, his prioritization, without his his blessing, but also his determination to ensure that the citizens of Knox County have recreational spaces and that those recreational spaces are maintained. That's something that's pretty unique, right, from a governmental perspective. So I always want to make sure that when I get an opportunity to do so publicly, that I thank him for allowing us to be able to do that. One of our other partners that we're blessed to really have here in East Tennessee is Legacy Parks Foundation. And for those of you that don't know, what normally happens is Legacy Parks Foundation either purchases, or in the case like today, they are donated land for recreational purposes. And what they'll do is they'll develop that land and turn it into some type of park or some type of recreational facility. And then once that park or playground or area has been developed, then they turn it over to either the city or the county for the maintenance portion of it. They play a vital role in the area and give us a great opportunity to expand our recreational spaces. So I want to thank Carol and her team, and of course the board of directors of the Legacy Parks Foundation for all they do in Knox County and all of East Tennessee. Before I leave, I want to make sure that everyone understands that this relationship and these relationships will continue. And our goal is to ensure that citizens of South Knox County have recreational spaces and they have an opportunity to continue to play youth sports, but also to be able to enjoy. If you look behind me, if you look at on the map here, the center middle section, there's 20 acres of this total of 107 acres that are being donated. And if you look directly behind me, I can tell you from previous experience, normally when land is freely donated, a lot of times it's not the best piece of property. It's really not conducive for recreation. So if you look behind me, you can see that this is a really beautiful piece of property. And we appreciate Thunder Mountain and them continuing their relationship and their partnership with Knox County. We want to thank Legacy Parks for accepting the donation, and we look forward to being a part of what this new property is going to look like, what will be on the property, and we look forward to engaging with the public to make sure that we get the public's input on exactly what type of recreational opportunities that will be available on this property. Like I said, I think I mentioned several times now that none of this is possible without the relationship that we have with the people that are behind it. So one of those people I want to introduce to you and have them just say a few words about the donation. And that's Carol Evans with Legacy Parks Foundation. Thank you.
Good morning. Try not to keep you out on the asphalt too long. I wanted to thank Union Grove Church, Baptist Church. Thank you all for hosting us here today, and most importantly, their bathrooms are available after we're done. So I'm Carol Evans, as Joe said, with Legacy Parks Foundation. Legacy Parks really works to create parks, trails, access to our waterways, and expand greenways and green space throughout our region. To date, we've raised over $11 million for parks and trails and added over 600 acres of parkland in Knox County. Today, we're happy to change that number to 700. We'd like to thank, of course, as Joe mentioned, Chris Arnold and Mike Malcott with Thunder Mountain Properties for the donation of those 107 acres to Legacy Parks Foundation on Friday, this past Friday. This donation carries forward Chris's grandfather's interest and commitment to assuring that this community had ball fields and parks right down the street. But also this donation helps facilitate protection of the ridge you see behind us. That 90 acres will be forested land and open for recreation and enjoyment by everyone in the community. Because as we've learned in our work over the past 15 years, parks really do make a difference. Over a third of adults in Tennessee only get a portion of the recreational time that they should get, and only kids get about 25% in Tennessee of the recreation they should. But one study found that if children live within a half a mile of a park, they're 5 times more likely to be of healthy weight. So we know parks and ability to get to parks make a difference. We also know that just a 5% increase in physical activity can save a community about $13 million in health costs. So parks are fun, but they're also important for our health of individuals as well as health of the community. And as a property owner, parks are important to you too. We've seen an abundance of studies, but on average, homes near a park are worth about 22% more than homes more than a half a mile away from a park. Homeowners will pay about $9,000 more for a home near a park. And 85% of Americans say that recreational amenities are important for them when they're choosing where to live. So it's important for this park to stay in this community. It's important for this property to become recreational use, as well as protecting and retaining the green space that you see behind you. And so we're happy to be a part of that. We'll continue to be a part of the process. We'll help not only facilitate the gift to Knox County, but work with Joe on gathering community input of what the parks and the ball field and this green space should be, and great trails for the community. So we're thank you for letting us be a part of this, Chris and Mike and Joe. Now please join me in welcoming your County Commissioner, Carson Daly.
me before you start, but everybody out here standing in the hot sun, how about moving your chairs out here where we are, so you'll better understand it?
Right, Shane, thank you all for being here for this great event. This new park will have children and adults playing sports for generations to come, and I say generations to come. I want to introduce John Lane. He is the president of the BFFA Association. He has Austin McConnell. I don't see Austin anywhere. And also Melissa. They're here. They're the ones that, there's Austin. They're the ones that run the park. They're the ones that they're every day working hard to run the park. I want to especially thank Chris Arnold. He is the grandson of Mr. Ben Bauer, and Mr. Mike Malito for their generous donation of the 107 acres for the park and for saving Bauer Field and the Bauer legacy. The largest land donation in Knox County. 3 years ago, Chris and Mike took me to the top of the hill, right back there. Took me to the top of the hill and asked me if I would be interested in approaching Knox County for a new Bauer ball field and park. You could have knocked me over with a feather. I approached Mayor Jacobs and we set up a time with Chris and Mike and myself and we toured the property. Thank you, Mayor Jacobs and Legacy Parks, for seeing the potential and vision of the generations to come to have the opportunity to live, play, and work in South Knoxville. Mr. Ben Bauer and the Bauer family legacy will live for generations to come. Kids will be playing sports here for generations. 8 years ago, while running for office, improvements to a 50-year-old Bauer Field was a priority. In the last 8 years, Bauer had seen a new ADA restaurant, new lighting, new water lines, AED on site, improvements to the playing fields, and new scoreboards to replace the 50-year-old scoreboards. Let me emphasize, improvements are not enough. Safety is a great concern. If y'all remember 2 years ago, a truck jumped the guardrail and landed inside the Little Green Monster. By God's grace, no 4 and 5-year-olds were playing on the field at the time. That's safety, and it's still there today. You drive back by, a truck can still jump the guardrails. I requested a new guardrail to be installed, and thank you to KnoxCounty Engineering for the extra guardrail. That is the second safety measure that this could not happen again, but it doesn't take care of the northbound traffic. Parents and family members had to park across Chapman Highway and cross Chapman Highway to see their kids play. That's a safety issue. We won't have that here. We'll have plenty of parking. Safety is a great importance to the new park. A safe environment for children, adults, and pets to come to exercise is a high priority, as Carol and Joe has mentioned. The new Bauer Park will be a safe place to do all of these and more. And I say it will be a safe place. We won't have to worry about cars jumping guardrails. We won't have to worry about where to park and having to cross. Over 500 kids are playing ball at the field now. Once this new park is done, it's going to increase even more. So we need safety, safety, safety. This will do that. Thank you, Chris and Mike, for saving Bauer Field. The ridge with 85 acres is up here to your left. Many false statements about the trees being cut and losing the natural features. Thanks to Chris and Mike, the hillside is protected. It is in a conservancy and it will never be touched. No trees will be cut. But what I would like to see, Mayor and Joe, during the community portion of it, I'd like to see a horse trail. My 4-H'ers that I go to 4-H, they ride horses, but they have no place to go to ride horses. So the process to save Bauer Field started 3 years ago. Today is the official start of a bigger, better, and safer Bauer Field. It is my pleasure to introduce Mayor Jacobs, who was willing to listen to my request over the past 6 years to make South Knoxville better today than yesterday, and better tomorrow than today. Thank you, Mayor, for being a great friend to South Knoxville and myself. Please welcome Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'd like to recognize the other elected officials who are here today. We have Commissioner at-large Kim Frazier and also Commissioner Courtney Durrett, and then also from Campbell County, we have Commissioner Scotty Kidd, so thank you for being here. First thing I'd like to reemphasize is Ballard Field's not going anywhere for a while, okay? Plans are that it will stay in its current incarnation for years to come, in any case. Change is hard because every time there's change, there's uncertainty. But change also represents opportunity, and this is a tremendous opportunity. As you can see, the footprint for the new recreational facilities here will be much larger than they currently are, and they'll also be modern facilities with a diversity of things to do. So we're really excited about that. The only way that our community can move forward is if we do change, if we do take advantage of opportunities. I'm happy that we're doing that. We should really be thankful that the Thunder Mountain folks didn't just decide, hey, we're going to buy this and do whatever we want with it. Instead, they gave us 100 acres with the understanding that the current field will remain in place for some time. So thank you all for doing that. I think it's a testament to the wonderful people we have in our community. The way a community moves forward is by all of us working together and taking advantage of opportunities that present themselves. And this is one of those opportunities. So again, thank you all so very much for being here today. And y'all have a wonderful day and get cool, everybody. Thank you.